Welcome to Keep Greek. We got Matthew 6 verse 9 to 15 open in front of us. I'm going to do a syntax diagram. I'm using PowerPoint. Hutos un pros eucheste humes. Thus, therefore, pray you. Imperative verb. How should you pray? Pater humon ho en tois uranois. Father of ours, in the heavens. The one in the heavens is what it's saying. So that's a vocative phrase. We go on to the next clause. Hagiasto to onoma su. So the name, the subject, must be kept holy. This is an imperative verb. The name of yours must be made holy or kept holy. Altheto he basilie su. Come, or it must come. What must come? The kingdom of yours must come. Genesto to thelamosu. This should be on a new line and indented to be coordinate with the previous clause. This is the verb. It must happen. What must happen? The will of yours must happen. As hos en urano kai epi geis, as in the heaven, or as in heaven, also upon earth. This needs to be on a new line and subordinate to the previous clause. We can see these three clauses are coordinate to each other, but subordinate to this vocative phrase. All right, let's continue. Ton arton humon ton epiusen. The bread of ours, the daily, give to us today. This is the verb. This would be coordinate with the first three requests and subordinate to the vocative phrase. Next line, verse 12. Kai afes hemen ta ophelamata humon. And forgive, again imperative, and forgive to us. And forgive to us the debts of us. As also, this needs to be in a new line and needs to be subordinate to the previous because it's as. Os, in what way? So it's definitely subordinate, and we can see it by indenting it. Os kai hemes aphe carmentois opheletais heimon. As also we have forgiven. This is an indicative verb. I'll make them red. As we have forgiven the debtors of us. Verse 13. Kai me eis eneges heimas eis peirasmon. And not lead us into testing. This is a verb. It's not imperative. This one is subjunctive. It acts as an imperative, and I'll talk about that later. This is just syntax. We're not talking about semantics here. But it is subordinate to the other requests. And do not lead us into testing. But this is a conjunction, needs to be in a new line, and subordinate to the previous clause. But rescue us, this is the verb. But rusai, this is imperative. rusai as humeis apo tu poneru from the evil. And verse 14. Verse 14, we have an issue here because this conjunction is meant to link up to one of the preceding ideas. The conjunction says for, but also the context. If we read this, it says if, or e angar e fete. This is the verb. It is a subjunctive verb. For if you forgive the people, tois anthropos, ta paratoma autun, the trespasses of them, aphese kai humon, he will also forgive to you, who the father of yours, the uranois, ho pater humon ho uranios, will forgive. This is the verb will forgive. It is indicative and future tense, will forgive. So the trouble I have here with this, so this is a conditional clause. If, this is the apodosis and the protasis. If you forgive the people the sins of them or the transgressions of them, then condition of that is the Father of yours, the heavenly, will forgive also to you. That cannot be part of the prayer. So it can't be coordinate or subordinate to this vocative phrase which introduces the prayer. This is the instruction of the prayer. This is verse 9. This therefore is how you must pray. This phrase then and this conditional clause must be coordinate with this. It's not subordinate to that. So I leave it in the same line. As also is verse 15. It's the same thing. Another conditional phrase. It's just the opposite of it. E ante me afete. Tois anthropos. So what we actually got here is just the opposite. We've got the negative there. And if you do not forgive, you can see it's the same to people, neither ude hopater humon aphese ta paraptoma humon, neither the Father of yours will forgive the trespasses of yours. This is the trespasses of yours. And that's how we syntax Matthew 6 verse 9 to 15. This is the Lord's Prayer, the most spoken words of entire history. I will do a syntax diagram just like this in English to help our English viewers. Thank you for watching.